Hey, what is going on, guys? It is K here, and today we are back with another video. We're doing something a little bit different today. Instead of a gameplay video, we're going to be doing a tier list video. But before we hop into the tier list here, I would just like to say that a very small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking the content and want to see more Elder Scrolls content like this, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. It's totally free and you can always change your mind in the future, alright? So with that out of the way, let's hop into this video. Today we're going to be talking about the different factions within Skyrim. Different playable factions, as a bit of a stipulation there. So these include anything from guilds to alliances in a civil war to vampires or vampire hunters. So we've got a lot to talk about, and let's get into it. So, first thing on this list here is the Dawn Guard, which is the group of vampire hunters. They are direct rivals to the Volkihar vampire clan in the Dawn Guard DLC. So I will do these two together. I will do Dawn Guard first. And I'm rating these based on the fun of the questline, like having some challenge to it, like it's not too easy, having interesting lore, interesting characters. We're just going to talk about all of it. So, the Dawn Guard. Interesting questline. Check. Interesting characters. Definitely check. It's fun. Yes, check. And, what else is there to say about it, you know? It's rewarding, it's fun, has some very nice lore behind it, along with this. So next we will talk about the Volkihar. If you're looking for a side to pick in this battle between the Volkihar Vampire Clan and the Dawn Guard Vampire Hunters, it's very tough. It really is. I can tell you that majority of the rewards are shared between both. You can get every major reward in terms of unique items and stuff like that. You can get them regardless of which side you choose. If you're a spellcaster, however, it is more difficult to access some of the spells that are provided by the Dawn Guard, primarily the sun magic spells. It's very difficult to access those as a vampire, because you won't be allowed into the vampire hunter's stronghold as a vampire, obviously. Other than that minor thing, it is still possible as well if you use charms. So I think I also have to give this an S. Very fun, very rewarding, lots of really interesting characters and little side quests inside as well. Both of these have fun little side quests to get distracted on, and yeah, they're both a lot of fun. So I highly recommend you try out the Dawn Guard DLC if you haven't already. Okay, next we're talking about the four main factions of the base game, being the Thieves Guild, the College of Winterhold, the Companions right here, and the Dark Brotherhood. Okay, we're gonna start with the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild, let's see, they have very cool characters, a very fun quest line, it feels rewarding. My one of my main critiques about the Thieves Guild is it is a grind and a half to technically complete the Thieves Guild by restoring it to its former glory via the Radiant quests provided by Delvin and Vex. You have to do a lot of them to restore the guild to its former glory, and even at that point, you're still not done if you're trying to do the Litany of Larceny as well. Because it's such a grind fest, and the base questline is about 4 hours long only, you'll have stuff to do for ages to come, but it won't be the main interesting quest lines. It'll be little side quests that are, they're still fun to do from time to time. You'll make good money. The lore is interesting with a lot of the special jobs, especially, and a lot of the later quests regarding to Nocturnal and the Falmer, and there's a lot of interesting lore stuff to delve into. But the main restricting factor is how much of a grind it is, in my opinion. Moving on to the College of Winterhold. It's too short. It's too short. I don't know, it's mildly rewarding, I might even give it a C. It's very easy, it's not difficult, it's not that I mean, you get a really cool house out of it, but with the Anniversary Edition being released, you get a cooler house for free in Mirrorwatch. So that's, like, it's fine. There's, like, there is some suspense to it, like, you feel like the essence of time, which most of these are not good at accomplishing, so I guess I will move it back up to a B, because of the urgency that you feel in some of these quests. I'm gonna move that up a bit. The characters overall that you interact with, they're pretty fine. Nothing really to write home about, aside from memes in Jazargo. Overall, I give it a B for now. We might adjust this before we end, but for now, it's gonna sit comfortably in a B, edging on C. Moving on to the Companions of Whiterun. To be entirely honest with you, I don't like the companions. Like, I just don't like them. None of the characters you meet are interesting. The main huge plot twist of the whole questline happens like 3 quests in. I don't know, it's hard to get attached to the characters. Its resolution is not even like satisfying. It's not that rewarding. The only time you will ever want to do the companions, you'll likely just do the first 3 quests to get that one major perk, and then you won't touch it again. I struggle not to give it a D. They tried to be the Fighters Guild of previous games, and I don't think they managed. I don't think they did a good job with it. Don't get me wrong, it's still worth your time. Like, do it at least once in your life, definitely, and then decide for yourself. That's one thing to state about this entire video. This is all the opinion of one nerd. So there's bound to be disagreements. I would love to have discussions with you in the comment section below. So if you disagree or agree, let me know, and let's talk about it. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna give Companions a D. Moving on to the Dark Brotherhood. For the Dark Brotherhood, I struggle not to compare it directly to Oblivion's Dark Brotherhood. If I look at Skyrim's Dark Brotherhood as a standalone questline, I think I might even give it an S. Like, there's suspense, there's drama, there's great characters, there's great lore, there's everything you could want. But when you look at it compared to Oblivion's Dark Brotherhood, I don't think it stands up. I'm gonna move it down to an A. That might be controversial. I think that the Dark Brotherhood, it's very fun. There's lots of very interesting plot twists, a ton, and I do mean a ton, of great role-playing scenarios within the Dark Brotherhood. You know what? I have to give it an S. I have to. The lore behind it is amazing. The gameplay of it is amazing. It's not too easy. There's some challenge to it. It's rewarding. There's some very nice items that you can acquire rather during this quest line. That, you know, it makes it all worth it, and it culminates all very, very spectacularly to make just an overall really good guild, a really good quest line in general. It's about, I don't know, about an hour and a bit longer than the Thieves Guild. So there's more to do. After that, there's always the Radiant quests at the end. The characters are really awesome. I actually shed tears my first playthrough of the Dark Brotherhood, so I can't give it anything less than an S. Okay, so what we have left here is, what we're going to talk about is the Bard's College of Solitude. If there was an F tier, I would give this an F tier every day of the week. This guild, if you can call it that, is the entire embodiment of everything that is wrong with Skyrim. It is nothing but fetch quests, meaningless characters, kill quests, more meaningless characters, and, you know, it's fetch quests, it's escort quests, it's kill quests, it's retrieve, like, fetch quests and retrieve quests are the same thing, and all for no good reward. There's no reason to do it. I would give this an F tier if there was an F tier on this tier list. That's the end of the story, honestly. Okay, and moving on to the Civil War of Skyrim. It is the Empire versus the Stormcloaks, the Imperial Legion versus the Rebellion, and, I mean, this one is just more about preference. I've done both multiple times, and I enjoyed both well enough. I think I would just give them C's, honestly, both of them. They're pretty balanced in terms of which one is better. It's just role-playing, flavor, it's essentially the same thing. Again, it's like the Bard's College in a lot of ways. It's a lot of fetch quests. The NPCs are a bit better. The lore behind it is pretty cool to dive into. But overall, it's a lot of fetch quests, a lot of just dungeon crawling. It's a lot of, I mean, just battles in general, which, if you can get invested in them, they can feel pretty epic in scale, and they can have a pretty big influence overall on your world in general. But yeah, that's where we're gonna leave this. So yes. So anyways, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me. This is the playable guilds within Skyrim that you know, that you can play and take part of, and I do think that you will thoroughly enjoy all of them that you play. And I do recommend playing them each at least once. They're all a blast. The game in general is just so much fun to, you know, experience something new as often as you can. And yeah, so without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.